With the sudden spread of COVID-19, aka coronavirus, around the world, one thing we can agree about is that there has been a drastic change in travel protocols, and now traveling by air is literally an extreme sport. Though my return trip to Nigeria was all smiles, window views, and food, my trip back to Ghana this time was extremely exhausting. Well, allow me to divulge you with the details of my not so sweet return trip to Ghana.
You can bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I'll stamp on it. In a private plane, I'll lamp on it. Lele then call me bank on it. Cause I walk around with the bank on him. Show them Gangnam Style, put the gang on him. Twist my fingers up on a bang on him. Lele yeah.
Firstly, I had a stressful week before my travel. And because I love my faithful subscribers, details of my week before my travel will be posted soon. Anyways, just know I had a really, really long week. Before I arrived at the airport on the day of my travel, I was already in panic because I thought there would be traffic on the way. But God being so good, there was none. However, my fear of a motor traffic came to life when we met a human traffic at the airport. You may wonder, what could be the cause of this traffic? Well, let me tell you. It was an airport official. Well, this particular airport officer was dead as annoying. No offense. There's a long line of people waiting just to get into the airport. But this particular guy takes his time. And he not only takes his time, he wastes your time. So let's take, for instance, if a couple and their child are trying to get into the airport, he stops 3 of them and asks just one parent to go in with the child. So even if you ask him that, oh, please, just let us, see our fares, this young man would not agree. Now, I get that he's trying to do his job. But at that particular spot, he starts to argue with the couple, right? And he's arguing with the couple, and a lot of people are like behind on this line, not knowing what's even causing the traffic at the front. And instead of him to call someone else, to take over and continue so the line will move, he won't. He will make sure he settles that particular fight before he moves further. Now, I just found that really annoying because he already stressed me waiting on that line just for it to move. And when it got to our turn, I was traveling with my friend's parent. So he asked her mom to stay outside while the dad goes in with us. And it was really rude and annoying. I guess it was because we had a lot of stuff and they needed to be there at least for excess luggage and every other thing we had to cover. Now, we got into the airport. Let's move on to the gist about excess luggage. This particular airline I boarded, which is Africa Airway, initially their baggage claim was about, 30 kg, and now it has been reduced to 26. You get to the airport and you're traveling from one country to another and you're a student, the likelihood of you taking a lot of things from home is very, very high. But do they care? No, of course not. I get there with my bags and I'm weighing over 21 kg. So I asked this lady at the counter, okay, please could you kindly minus my hand luggage from what I'm excess of, which is 5 from the 21. And she refused, and she's like, oh my god, I have to get to the manager. And I was like, the manager is actually not on board at this particular moment because it was so early in the morning. But it's not her job to do so, and I don't blame her. Then I wait there to get a bag to also offload some of my things to hand luggage was also a problem. Now I get this bag, I've taken out my 5 kg for it to be minus from my excess of 21 kg. Now for me to make payments for the excess luggage, the office in which payments are being made is different from the people who actually weigh your bags. And the office is not even close by. You have to climb a whole stairs, pay, get some kind of receipt, come back, make sure that you get your ticket on your bag, and then make sure you watch them put your bag maybe on the moving whatever to the plane. I don't get why this is like this. You can have different people performing that function, but at least keep them at the same place. When I was in Abuja airport, this wasn't what I saw, so I was quite surprised because it's stressful. Okay, and then I couldn't even take any picture. I was already exhausted from arguing with people, and I didn't even sleep for a long time a night before my trip. But I tried to get a little sleep on the airport. Well, all thanks to my friend who vlogged on my behalf. And the only exciting thing about my trip was that I got to link up with my girls at the airport. So now for my trip, after arriving at Accra, we had to wait for our COVID test. And yes, that COVID test was painful. He literally dipped the cotton bud deep into my nose like he was searching for something that wasn't there. Anyways, God being so good, our test actually came out all negative, and we tried to get to the local wing so we can board to Kumasi. Now let's get a car, and these taxis want to charge us 70 cedis. We are within the airport. How is that even possible? Well, since this is not the first time we started using trolleys, we had to do it ourselves because this is not a year to waste money. We carried our things, we drove to Kumasi Airport, or we walked to Kumasi Airport, and we sat there and waited for our flight to be announced. And yes, this was the only exciting part of my trip, and this is it. So in the long run, all I'm trying to say is that traveling isn't as glamorous as it seems, because a lot of people fancy this whole airport and traveling vibes. And I just realized that people who actually take videos at the airport when traveling to another country, not even when coming back, should be appreciated on God, honestly. But thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And till next time.
I just remember that today you said that I want some people of your labor, but I would never. I cannot trust my neighbor. Hey, Doris. You can put 100 crime. Anything I said, I stamp on it. In a private plane, I learn.